All right, when you're multiplying radicals, the first thing I would do is if they have the same index here, you can just multiply them together. So 9w7 times 54w6 becomes 486 w to the 13th. So when you're simplifying the number part of a root, there's lots of ways to go. One way you can go is you can start taking powers of different numbers. This should be plenty. So 2 to the 5th gives me 32, 3 to the 3rd gives me 243, 4 to the 5th gives me 1024, and I could definitely stop here because that's already bigger than my number. So what we're looking for is, do either of these divide into 486? And it does, because 243 will divide into 486 two times. So this is 243 and 2. Now the reason I do that is now if I take the 5th root of 243, I should just get 3. Because what number times itself 5 times gives me 243? It would be 3. So when I break this down, my answer is going to be a 2, or pardon me, a 3, because the cube root or 5th root of 243 is 3. And then remaining in the root is the 2. So whatever was one of these magic numbers over here, I will take the root and take on the outside, and whatever is not will be on the inside. Now as for the variable, that's actually a little easier. We think about how many groups of 5 are in W13. So if I have 13 people lined up, how many groups of 5 are there? Well, there would be 2 groups of 5, and then how many left over would there be? There would be 3. So the ones on the outside are the perfect groups of 5, and I'm saying 5 because it's a 5th root in this case. If it was 4 or 3, you could do it that way too. So these are the perfect groups. There are 2 perfect groups of 5, and then there are 3 extra. So you multiply it together, you make this list, and then we can go like that. So this one is similar to the one we had, although I did a 4th root in this case. So we'll start doing the same thing. So I'll start by doing some powers of 4. So 2 to the 4th is 16. 3 to the 4th is 81. Well, that's already too big. So if it's going to simplify, it's got to be 16. Well, 64 is 16 and 4. So if I'm going to simplify my root, here's my 4th root. Well, the 4th root of 16 is just 2, because what number times itself 4 times is 16? Well, it'll be 2. And then I'd have this 4 left inside. And now we do the variables twice. So for y12, there are 3 groups of 4, and there are no extra. So it's just y cubed on the outside. As for z, there are 4 groups of z, and also would be none left over. So this would just be our solution. Now if there are any extra, you just leave them inside the root like before. But in this case, they all come out evenly. So hopefully this is helpful. Go ahead and try those problems again. And let me know if you have trouble.